So our first unit is probability. So this video is the introduction to probability. Probability is the measure of the likelihood of an event occurring. In other words, how likely is it for something to happen? We use probability to make decisions. Low probability means it's not likely to happen. If the weatherman says there's only a 5% chance of rain tomorrow, I might make the decision not to carry an umbrella. Whereas if he says there's a 95% chance of rain tomorrow, I might make the decision, yes, I should carry an umbrella, because a high probability means it is likely to happen. Not definite, but likely. The highest probability is 100%. That means the event definitely will happen. Lowest probability is 0%. The event definitely will not happen. You cannot have a probability of more than 100% or less than 0%, because 100% means it definitely will happen. 50% probability means it's equally likely to happen as not to happen. Just because something may or may not happen does not mean the probability is 50%. This is the line, the continuum, of how low or high it could be and where 50% is in the middle. We can write probability as percent, decimals, or fractions. Again, something that definitely will happen is 100%. We can also write it as just 1, because 100% is one whole. 0%, 0. Equally likely to happen, 1/2, 0.5, 50%. Those are all equivalent to each other. So we can put those on our continuum. Down, if we go down to the left, that is a lower probability, things that are less likely to happen. Higher probabilities go up to the right, meaning that they're more likely to happen. So something that has a 75% probability of happening is more probable than 50%, or more likely than 50%, but less likely or less probable than 100%. Something with a 20% probability is a pretty low probability compared to 75% and compared to 50%, but it's higher than 0% probability. Notice that I'm not using the word possibility, I'm using the word probability. Low probability. These things are unlikely to happen. Perhaps they are possible, perhaps not, but they are low probability. They are unlikely to happen. Your math teacher can fly. That is probably not true. That probably will not happen. There is a low probability. It is unlikely. LeBron James becomes the worst basketball player next year. That probably will not happen. It's still possible, but it's not probable. The sun explodes this year. Probably not going to happen. It is possible, but low probability. It is unlikely. You don't graduate high school. The fact that you made it to 11th or 12th grade means you probably will. So it is a low probability that you don't graduate. You get hit by a bus today. Is it possible? Yes, it is possible, but it's a very low probability. It is not likely to happen. Things that have a high probability, that are likely to happen. That doesn't mean they will, but they are very likely to happen. The sun rises tomorrow. It snows this winter. The United States will win more than 20 medals in the next Olympics. You miss at least one day of the school this year. You will get cavities if you don't brush your teeth. And just as a reminder, just because something may or may not happen does not mean the probability is 50%. It does not mean that the likelihood of it occurring is equal to that of not occurring. All those in the high probability section there, it's possible they won't happen, but the probability is not 50%. They are much higher than 50% probability. Everything in the low probability side is unlikely to happen. It's still possible, some of them, but that doesn't mean that it's a 50% probability. It is less than 50% probability. Now you can go ahead and answer the questions in the rest of the Juno homework.